High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. Section finals in football all around the Bay. We'll have De La Salle taking on Pittsburgh, Oak Grove meets Los Gatos, and Kemp Balindo battles Clayton Valley.
Our exclusive series this season with Valley Christian football continues as the Warriors look for revenge against Sarah. We jump into the winter season with Oakland Tech and Sequoia basketball, and a story affecting the entire Morgan Hill community as a football player fights leukemia. It's all right now on 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start this week in the NCS Division III bracket where the Las Lomas Knights are the top seed. The Knights feature Elijah Lash and Oregon State-bound Isaiah Newell, both big, strong running backs leading the Knights offense.
Yeah, they are tough to stop. Rancho Cotati is the number 2 seed. The Cougars feature outstanding back Rashid Rankin, who ran for 177 yards and 4 touchdowns in the semifinal win last week. Las Lomas and Rancho Cotati for the title Friday night.
North Bay sports coverage is brought to you by South County Chrysler of Marin. Elijah Lash showing off his pre-game dance moves before the game. Rancho Cotati was on their A-game defensively all night long. Orion Piombo coming in with a sack, no score after 1. But the Knights were playing stellar defense as well. Elijah Lash gets to the quarterback for the big sack. Las Lomas trying to take the lead just before halftime, but Dimitri Johnson deflects the pass, and Brandon Proschel dives in for the interception to keep this game scoreless at halftime. The Cougars on offense to start the third, but Zach Transu and Mason Reese come up for another Las Lomas sack, still no score after 3. Fourth quarter, Rashid Rankin finds the end zone for the touchdown, 7-0 Cougars. Las Lomas driving late in the game, give it to Isaiah Newell, who makes a couple defenders miss and takes it inside the 30-yard line. The Knights knocking on the door, but the pass is intercepted by Jack Reese, and that seals it for Rancho Cotati. The Cougars win the NCS Division III championship, the 3rd section title in school history. Rashid Rankin with the lone touchdown for the Cougars.
These Leland fans ready for their top-seeded Chargers to take on Santa Cruz. First quarter, Dylan Danner rolling to his left, looking for someone and finding Makai Norman, who avoids a tackler, and Makai is gone. Norman showing off his speed, 83 yards, 7-0 Santa Cruz Cardinals. Leland looking to even the score later on in the first quarter. This is going to be a double pass, but it is picked off by Basin Chope, and the Cardinals were back in business after the huge defensive play. Santa Cruz liked that play so much they decided to try the same thing. Double pass, and this one is picked off. It's a terrific catch by Garrison Nakaji. And now later on in the second quarter, the Cardinals finishing a drive with this short run by Quentin Brown. 2-point conversion good, 14-0 Santa Cruz. But Leland comes back just before the half. Carson Yates, the UCLA-bound baseball player, with a terrific run up the middle, and that sets up this throw from Yates to his little brother, Corbin Yates, and the Chargers trail 14-7 at the half. Second half, and the Cardinals add on to their lead. Quentin Brown completing a big night with his 31-yard touchdown run as the Cardinals win the Division V section title to advance to NorCal's next week.
We've got our first boys hoops game. A leak in the gym couldn't stop this Mountain View Cappuccino matchup. Yuval Hod hits Ryan Sadig in the corner, and Sadig makes the Stings pay. He hits the 3 to start off the game. Cappuccino, though, they're tough. A missed 3-point shot is corralled by Cappuccino. Anthony Contreras waits his turn. Third time's a charm. Stings down 6 at the end of the first. Jerry Couson straying between 2 defenders. It's 19-15 Mountain View. And then seconds before the half, Mountain View extending their lead. Nathaniel Harris sinks this one from deep. It's 26-19 at the break. Coming out of the half, Harris hits Hod, and Hod finds Ryan Bahar wide open. 32-25 Mountain View in the third. Naveen Lowe finds Nick Conrad. The layup falls and 1. Mountain View goes on to win it 49-41. Big game from Bahar, 16 points in the win.
Coach Fine Lawese with some pregame instructions as the Sequoia squad meets Oakland Tech. Inbounds play working early as Sam Schultz finds Davin Leathers underneath, and Gavin banks it home for an early lead. But Oakland Tech comes back as Desan Ship takes it all the way to the hoop, up and under, and the Bulldogs take the lead. Good OT defense here as Ahmed Mohammed tips the ball away. Donnell Johnson grabs it and races up court. His basket gives Oakland Tech a 3-point lead. Late second quarter now, and the Dogs are running again. Ship to Abimala Katema with a nice finish. Sequoia keeps it to a 4-point lead as Gus Kirkpatrick rolls around the defender and hits the 15-footer. A pretty shot there by the senior guard. A little OTD to end the half. Rasan Young Jones with a huge block. Even the Sequoia fans had to say, that was nice. The Bulldogs dominate the second half outside to Zemo and Z for 3 as Oakland Tech wins big. The Bulldogs go to 3-1 to start the season. Ship leading the Bulldogs with 10 points in the game.
Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Rikus Center.
Here are the Players of the Week.
Yeah, Rikus Center. I'm at Jamal, Big Murph. 49ers Cal High Sports Report. Check this out. It was the Burlingame Panthers tearing over Tigers, fighting like big cats. Heard on overnighters. A senior running back named Jalen Camp had 38 carries and no inhaling cramp. With a postseason run like a trailing camp. 310 yards means that they'll advance for a chance to become the prevailing champs. So you can mark that post like a mailing stamp.
Marin Catholic running back Mateo Perez was pulled over for swerving, but didn't fail the test. With 209 yards on 27 carries, to call him legendary is almost necessary. He averages about 100 yards per game in the championship. See how the cards get laid against the number 1 seed in the NCS. With this Wildcat in the trio on an empty nest. Rikus Center, 49ers Cal High Sports Report. Your Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
Swimmer's ear, or otitis externa, is an infection of the ear canal that results in pain, itching, and sometimes drainage out the ear. If you get ear pain after some time in the water, see your doctor, as you may need antibiotic drops to get rid of the problem. There are some things you can do to try to prevent swimmer's ear. Wear earplugs while swimming and only swim in clean water. After you swim, use gravity to remove the excess water and dry the ear with a towel. Avoid putting anything in your ear, such as pens or cotton, and be careful with the earbuds so as not to scratch your ear canal.
Coming up, it's the Diablo Motors CCS Monster Game, the CCS Division II final game with Los Gatos and Oak Grove.
And back to the hardwood for Berkeley and El Cerrito as 49ers Cal High Sports Report continues.
Hey, Dad.
हेलो बेटे, कैसी हैं आप?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, so good to see you. It's late. Where are you?
I'm at work.
Oh gosh, so late?
I know, but guess what?
What?
I've saved enough to come visit you.
Oh, that's such a great news.
At US Bank, we believe that hard work works. And for everyone working toward a goal, we're here to help.
The legends of the gridiron meet the legends of the road.
I'm Debo.
Touchdown, Debo Samuel.
And I got my roll on at the #1 Dodge dealer in the world. South County, where they call it fairest place. Come get your roll on just like I did. Drive a little, save a lot. Tell them Debo sent you. South County, drive a little, save a lot. Tell them Debo sent you.
'49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. And by Diablo Motors. Life's too short to drive a crummy car.
We are back at Levi Stadium with the CCS Division II title game. This one is a rematch from a game played very early in the season. The top-seeded Los Gatos Wildcats come into this game with an 11-1 record.
The Cats taking on the red-hot Oak Grove Eagles. Oak Grove is the 7th seed with 2 upset wins to make it to the final game. The section title on the line at Westmont High School Friday night.
We're here at Westmont High School for the rematch between Los Gatos and Oak Grove. Now, the Eagles got shut out 44-0 earlier in the season against the Wildcats, but this is a whole new Oak Grove team with a lot of the players who were out earlier in the season back on the field. Expect a heavy running game by senior back Malik Sumler, averaging 92 yards a game. The Wildcats counter with running back Adam Garwood, nephew of Pat Tillman. The junior has 19 touchdowns for over 1,100 yards rushing. For the CCS Division II title, it's Oak Grove and Los Gatos in our Diablo Motors Monster Game.
The Cats knocking on the door in the first quarter. The throw into the end zone, picked off by Lewis Barber, but the Eagles' drive stalls. We're scoreless now in the second quarter. Oak Grove looking to move the chains, but Carson Gardner in the right place at the right time snags the deflected pass. Los Gatos takes over. The Cats get tricky here. Watch the triple reverse back to QB Yost Gervin. Gervin scans the field and takes it himself. Nice move to give the Cats a first down. Los Gatos in the red zone. Gervin's lob intended for Gian Logman. Perfect pass. Logman hauls it in for the first score of the game. And Los Gatos adds on in its first drive of the second half. Gervin hands it to Adam Garwood. Garwood navigates through the trenches and dives into the end zone. Cats take a 14-0 lead. Fourth quarter, Oak Grove trying to get something going on offense, but the Cats' defense was a beast all night. Garwood all over the screen. Cats with the ball here at midfield. Gervin drops back and sends it. Kyle Pinkham catches it at the 15. Ooh, what a move. The Cats defeat the Eagles 21-0. Los Gatos crown the D2 CCS champs. We catch up with senior receiver John Logman after the game.
I think we pulled it off through hard work. We didn't give up throughout all 4 quarters. You know, we played tough. We played hard. And it just feels so good to be here. It's unreal.
In Campbell with our monster game, I'm Kiara Biagini, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
These are the El Cerrito Gauchos getting ready to take on the Berkeley Yellow Jackets in Boys Hoop Tuesday night. Makoa Batson rebounding and passing back to Jameer Thomas. He dribbles, puts up, and sinks the jumper. Berkeley at the rim again, but this time Tyree Hayes says no. A big block for the Gauchos. Deshaun James to Tyree Hayes. He passes it into Rodney Green, and the pump fake gets the defense. He draws the foul. Gauchos trailed by 11, but Berkeley stays on the attack. Quick hands from Jameer Thomas, stops the pass, drives, and extends the Yellow Jackets' lead. Mahari Porter finishes the half in a decisive way. Seconds to go, and he puts one up from beyond the arc to send us to halftime, 35-26 Berkeley. Second half, Tyree Hayes hits Kevin Lewis for the layup as the Gauchos try to come back, but seconds later, loose ball, and Deontay Searcy comes up with it, drives and draws the foul. Berkeley now up by 22. El Cerrito fighting to the end. Alondre Ray Love blocks a shot, recovers the ball, passes down court to Deshaun James, who gets it back to Ray Love with the rip. But the Yellow Jackets cruise to victory. Mahari Porter has the fake and the footwork to put this one away. Berkeley opens its season with a decisive 74-56 victory. Each week, 49ers Prep, South County Chrysler, and U.S. Bank bring us the Coach of the Week award.
This week's Coach of the Week is Pittsburgh's Victor Galley. Coach Galley and the Pirates picked up a thrilling semifinal win on their home field. The win lifted the Pirates' record to 11-1 on the season. Vic Galley, this week's Coach of the Week. Albany's Construction brings us the dirty work play each week.
Doing the dirty work this week is Campo water polo goalie Wes Temkin. Wes was a wall for the Cougars in their NorCal title game victory last week. The guys who score get lots of credit, but Wes was doing the dirty work just like Albany's Construction. Coming up this season with Valley Christian football, can the Warriors keep their season alive in the rematch with Sarah?
But first, take a look at our Cupertino Electric girls volleyball power rankings.
I was in pain all the time. It was a very horrible time in my life.
When it matters most, patients turn to Stanford Healthcare. Torinia's specialists were driven by compassion to relieve her from pain. Innovation from research gave them new tools using robotics to correct her spinal injuries. The results speak for themselves.
After surgery, I would say I'm back to pretty normal, like everyday life. I don't have words for it, really. It's amazing.
Discover more at StanfordHealthcareNow.org.
I'm Greg Meyer, owner of Diablo Motors Auto Sales. Our service department employs the best luxury car technicians anywhere. Our honest, hardworking staff can handle all your maintenance and repair needs. We are experts in all luxury car repairs, so you can be confident we'll get the job done right. We handle everything from regular maintenance items like oil changes and brake jobs to bigger jobs like engine and transmission replacement. Why pay more at a dealership when our expert staff will do a top quality job at a fraction of the price? Come see us in San Ramon for all your service needs. Diablo Motors, the nice, honest, non-dealerish car store.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
We're the De La Salle Spartans. And this is the 49ers Cal High Sport Report.
We are back at Levi Stadium where we continue our series this season with Valley Christian football and another huge game this week.
That's right. This week, the Warriors get a chance at redemption as they look to take home back-to-back section titles and continue on for a chance at a state title. The season with Valley Christian football is brought to you by Mike LaBarbera of Terra Commercial Real Estate.
In the secondary, next to us, they have probably the best back end in high school football.
The Warriors have earned a spot in the CCS championship game. So have the Sarah Padres. The Week 9 loss to Sarah is Valley's one blemish on an otherwise perfect season.
The other thing that we're going to prove on Saturday night is we have very, very talented players. And while they're terrific, our guys are just a little bit better. You guys are ready to prove that as well.
Championship week begins just like any other week at Coach Eric Scherenberg's house for Bible study.
Let's pray, guys. Lord Jesus, we thank you so much for today.
A time where teammates can have a home-cooked meal, where they can bond and open up about their life off of the field.
I don't think many of you guys know this, but a couple weeks ago, my grandpa got diagnosed with late-stage cancer. So I just want to go as far as we can for him and just be able to share that experience with him.
Will Cuddy is happy his big sister is returning home from college.
My sister's my only family in the home, and growing up, we kind of took care of each other, and it's good when she comes back, 'cause I just get so happy, and I miss her all the time.
Have all this bond that we have as a team, I think we're ready for this challenge.
Face the flag, gentlemen. Ask you to join us, Coach Gittens. Thank you for coming.
3 days until the CCS title game, it's tradition that the Warriors practice Thanksgiving morning. It's also tradition
oh, say can you see
for Coach Mike Machado to sing the national anthem.
Of the brave. Little cheer to go out. Clowns.
I mean, this is all about tradition. This is all about brotherhood. This is all about family. So hold on to this. Don't forget about it, because this is where you came from, and this is what you're going to show other people when you leave.
I know that you have state in mind, but in order to get that opportunity, you got to take care of business on Saturday night. So go do what we couldn't do. Enjoy these times, because they don't last forever, but go get them.
Stay together all night long. And no matter what happens, we will walk off this field together, satisfied with the effort we put forth. Bring your A game, because we ain't got nothing but that. Yes, sir. We're not in San Mateo. We're in San Jose at night, and we're ready to play some football, aren't we? Hey, 4 quarters or more like last year if necessary. Let's
Serra's offense on the field first. Nate Sanchez, the Padre playmaker, gets taken down after a big gain. And Serra's on the board in the first drive. It's 7-0. Doesn't stop there in the second. Dominique Lampkin doing what he does best. The drive would end in a field goal, and on the other side of the ball for Serra, the Padre defense just unwavering. Time winding down in the CCS championship game. Will Cuddy had a great game for the Warriors on defense. It's Corey Taylor to Isaiah McIlvain, who spins off a defender, but the Padre defense goes on to shut out the Warriors. Valley Christian comes up just short of the CCS Division I title.
Did you leave everything on this field? Great year. Okay, you finished 11-1, win a share of a league championship. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
Here, in this moment, the pain from the loss is overwhelming. But when the heartache dwindles, what will be left are the memories made along the journey.
Wow, that felt really good.
A journey that began with a comeback, the return of the tight end. We met young men who stepped up when their team and family needed them.
I will go nuts.
A forever warrior who taught us you don't have to be on the field to make an impact in the game.
He's my guy.
Don't give up and keep fighting.
And a family that stands on opposite sidelines but fights together when it matters most.
I know what the odds are, and I fully expect to beat them.
We got married on the football field.
And I look up to him. He's my big brother.
He's always been there for me.
Above all, what will never dwindle is the strength of this Valley Christian community. Because once you're a part of it, it becomes a part of you.
But this is my skin. I never thought I would say this, but I won't stop, won't slip until I win. 'Cause it don't make sense not to feel like I'm my friend. I might be a stranger right now, but this is my skin.
So the season with Valley Christian football comes to an end. We here at Cal High Sports want to thank the Valley Christian community for trusting us to tell your stories of happiness, hardship, and triumph. I am extremely grateful I was able to come along for the ride.
Yeah, it was really great getting to know that team.
Oh, it was so great.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss them all.
wonderful people. Invisalign brings us the Bright Smile Award each week, honoring great folks who help the teams we cover.
This week we honor Creighton Lane, the former Wilcox High School girls basketball coach. Creighton passed away in 2014 from stomach cancer. His bright smile has been and will forever be missed in the Wilcox community. And the Wilcox Gym is now named the Creighton Lane Memorial Gym. Creighton honored with this week's Bright Smile Award. Coming up, our South County Chrysler Game of the Week. It's the NCS Division II title game with Clayton Valley and Camp Belinda.
And later, the emotional story of the Live Oak football player and his battle with leukemia. That story coming up.
Learn more about becoming a warrior. Visit us at vcs.net.
Why choose Invisalign over other aligners?
Are they comfortable and safe to wear?
I asked our doctor for a better alternative to braces, and he said,
only Invisalign aligners are made with SmartTrack technology. Based on years of research, it moves teeth more comfortably and predictably than ordinary aligners. And in many cases, it works faster than braces. So I can develop a custom treatment plan that'll work for each of these smiles. That's why Invisalign aligners have transformed millions of smiles.
Invisalign, transforming smiles, changing lives.
Devcon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why Devcon was the choice for the 49ers Stadium and for the Earthquake Stadium. Devcon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, the Nueva School, and Mitty wanted the very best on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know Devcon is the best choice whether it's new construction or renovation. Devcon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley.
Tri-Counties Bank presents a unique brand of service with solutions, a welcoming and listening style of banking with solutions that help improve your financial well-being. With easy access to over 32,000 surcharge-free ATMs, advanced mobile banking, banker support by phone 7 days a week, and an extensive community-based branch network, you're never far from a friendly face. It's easy to switch to better banking. Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai. Drive a little, save a lot. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by Stanford Healthcare.
Back at Levi's Stadium for our South County Chrysler Game of the Week. This week's game is the NCS Division II title game with Clayton Valley and Campo Lindo. The top-seeded Ugly Eagles from Clayton Valley feature outstanding junior quarterback Jake Kern, who's thrown for nearly 1,400 yards this season.
Campo is the 3rd seed, but has a great quarterback of their own. Senior Grant Harper is approaching 2,300 passing yards this season. A great matchup for the section title is this week's South County Chrysler Game of the Week, and Robert was there.
Head coach Tim Murphy getting his Ugly Eagles set for their title game against Campo Lindo. The Uggs start the game with a 14-play drive. Amari Taylor here with a big first down run. The drive ends with this toss to Taylor around the right side and in. 7-0 Clayton Valley. CV with the ball later in the quarter, but it is fumbled and Campo Lindo recovers deep in Ugly Eagle territory. The Cougars punch it in to start the second quarter. That's Will Windat diving in. We're tied at 7-all at the half. Clayton Valley starts the third with another long drive. Here's Taylor carrying the load for the Uggs with a first down run. And then later, same drive. Look at the tackle by Elijah Clock. You just got clocked. But the Eagles score on that same drive. Jake Kern rolls right, throws left, and it's a wide open Amari Taylor. 14-7 Clayton Valley. Later in the third, Kern back to throw again. This time he tosses to Eric Christofferson, who has some blockers in front of him. It's a 41-yard gain for Eric. And then Kern finishes off the drive with this 4-yard touchdown run, and it's 21-7 Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles. The Ugly Eagles get another score, and then late a big play for a first down to seal the deal. Connor Barnes here with the catch as Clayton Valley celebrates a 27-7 victory to win the NCS title and advance to NorCal's a huge game for Taylor with 170 yards rushing. And here they are, the NCS D2 champions, the Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles. Congratulations, guys. Right here with baby. Amari Taylor. Amari, congratulations. Amari, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns tonight, our MVP of the game. Tell me what it was like out there for you guys.
Oh, man, it was a dog fight, but we came out here, adversity all year. And you know what? We came out here and we did our thing like we always do every week. We come out, we work hard all week, and we came out here and we did our thing.
Excited to go to NorCal?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Rayshawn Jackson, one of the quarterbacks on this team. It was cold and windy and rainy out here today. What was that like?
Oh, man, I knew it was going to be cold. I looked at the weather. I was ready for it, though. I had to, step out and be a team leader, So I came out here and played my game, and I did my best.
What's it been like being a part of this team all year?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. I love this team. It's my family. It's my brothers. I love these boys.
Jake Kern, another quarterback on the team. Come on up here, Jake. Jake, tell me about the character of this team. You guys are in a different league this year. It was a tough league. What was that all about?
No one wanted us. No one wanted to play us, but we found a home, and we had some struggles during the regular season, but, we're here, and we're not done yet. We're not done. We want to go to NorCal State.
NorCal bound, the Clayton Valley Ugly Eagles. Congratulations, guys. Appreciate it. Take us out.
Hey, family on me. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Will Maurer of Sarah High School. This past summer, Will chose to restore a hiking trail behind his local church for his Eagle Scout project. After gathering some of his teammates, he went to work and in just a short period of time brought new life to the trail. Will explains why he wanted to help out his community.
Yeah, I really love my city, to be honest with you. Coming from Pacifica and coming all the way down here to San Mateo was a big jump for me personally. And I wanted to give back to the local church and local community of Pacifica, and really enjoyed coming out with my Padre brothers.
Coming up, back to the CCS for the Division III final game with Terra Nova and the Kings Academy.
And the story of the Live Oak football player in his fight with leukemia. We will meet our U.S. Bank inspirational athlete next. Back at Levi Stadium with the CCS Division III title game. This one features league rivals from the Peninsula Bay Division.
The Kings Academy is the top seed, meeting the number 2 seeded Terra Nova Tigers at Westmont High School Saturday night. The Terra Nova Tigers squaring off against the Kings Academy for the CCS D3 title. Strong start by TKA. Antonio Gonzalez hitting his tight end Kevin Cielski, and Cielski brings it up to the Terra Nova 29-yard line. Later in the drive, Noah Short from 7 yards out. Just like that, it's 7-0 Kings Academy, and Short is excited and he isn't done. Short making his presence felt on special teams now. He fields the punt at the Knights 40, weaving his way through defenders. There's one man to beat. Short with a long 60-yard punt return touchdown, 14-0 Knights. Right before the half, the Knights with the halfback pass, but Deshaun Dawson II has other plans. Look at the effort on the INT. Tigers would score before the break. It's 14-7. Late in the fourth, now under a minute left. One last chance for Terra Nova. Nathaniel Bendo, clutch, holds on to it somehow. The Tigers hurry to the line. The quarterback sneak pays off. Rafael Bendo in for the score. It's 14-13. The Tigers go for the 2-point conversion and the win, but Short is there to make the tackle at the goal line and let the celebration begin as the Kings Academy wins the CCS title.
Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who amaze us.
Our Wesley Boone is here with the emotional story of the Live Oak football star and the diagnosis that changed his life.
Thanks, Robert. For one Bay Area football team, the fall brought more than just a new football season. And for one 16-year-old in particular, it brought a season of trial and tribulation that will test the strengths of his community, his team, and himself. Off Highway 101, tucked below the beautiful skyline of Morgan Hill, sits Live Oak High School. On every helmet, you see the number 3. And all around there are orange wristbands, all to honor one of their own.
I always wanted to play football. I saw my pops, he was always like the football, like he was like a beast. That's what I heard from all his friends. So I always wanted to be like that. I wanted to be that guy, the beast mode guy or something.
I love to coach the kid that has maybe a little bit harder time to hold the ball this way, catch the ball this way, run like this. And Jay was all of that. He was like, he had a hard time running. He had a hard time catching. Didn't come easy. But when it did and he got it, oh God, he ran with it.
Jalen's relentless attitude and work ethic on and off the football field stands out to his coaches.
Jalen's just a hard-nosed player that gives 110% every time he's on the field. He doesn't know the word quit, and he runs hard and tackles hard and just loves being out here on the football field. Always has a smile on his face. Works hard in the weight room in the off-season. If you had, 15 Jalen's, I wouldn't complain.
But this past fall, something became different with Jalen's trademark work ethic.
And I could see, he was getting maybe a little bit more winded than the norm.
Like during the sprints for varsity, after I was done with that, I feel like I couldn't even finish practice sometimes. And then throwing up, oh my gosh. I'm normally, I throw up all the time, they call me Throw Up sometimes, that was my nickname. But this year I was throwing up almost every practice after conditioning or just running. And then I started feeling weak, and I even talked to one time my mom even pulled me aside, talked to me just what's wrong, and I just said I don't feel right. I didn't know what was wrong though.
Despite not feeling right, Jalen continued to play, getting his first varsity action in this game against Gilroy. Waking up the next day, Jalen was covered in bruises. Going in for blood work, there was one thing on Jalen's mind.
The main thing I was thinking is don't be cancer. That was the main thing that was in my head, because I kind of just kept, like, God, I was trying to keep my cool.
He was saying it that day, and I'm like, I don't know, babe, I think we're good, and you know, you're trying to keep him like, don't think like that, and so it's hard.
Their fears are soon confirmed. Cancer. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
My mind just kind of went blank. I just couldn't even think. I just saw my parents start crying, and I was just like, all I was doing was staring at the wall. I couldn't even, felt like I just left.
Just, he understood the C word and was like, just looked at us as, am I dying?
From the moment of his diagnosis, Jalen's battle begins.
As soon as you're diagnosed, it's not sit down and think about it. It's, we gotta do this, we gotta start the chemo, we gotta do the LPs, so it's kind of like you're trying to comprehend what's happening, but at the same time, you're getting so much information.
I've kind of processed it, like it was like a few days later. It's just like, you know what, because I told them, I have it, I'm just gotta fight it.
Jalen isn't alone in his fight. One of his coaches, Richard Nelson, has also battled cancer.
Esophageal cancer was the main mothership, I guess, that went to my lymph nodes, liver. It's now in my lungs, it transferred to my brain. It's in my left shoulder. It's moved around.
The Live Oak community is rallying around Jalen, raising money for his hospital bills and adapting the hashtag Rios Strong. Jalen's battle with cancer is just beginning, but last week, just 2 weeks after our interview and just days after Live Oak lost in the playoffs, Coach Nelson passed away.
Wish I could have seen him one more time before he passed, because that kind of sucks. Like, I didn't get to say anything or just talk to him one more time. Just, it's hard. Yeah, it sucks.
Coach Nelson's last message to Jalen? A vote of confidence.
Knowing his fight and what he's going through right now, which is a tough one. And he's got a battle to go, but I know that kid will beat it. That kid will beat it.
Coach Nelson's passing is another reminder of the pain that cancer can bring. With his passing, the Live Oak community will honor his memory by sticking together and rallying around one of their own.
The very next Friday, the whole school had orange on for leukemia. We all had Jalen Strong shirts on. We wore them at the game. The kids know that as long as they're positive, because that's the way Jalen is, and they just stay focused on what Jalen would want.
Live Oak is the coaching there, the families just been so awesome. I have no words for that.
Just seeing all the things the community's posting, like they all a really big help and just helping me fight through this. Because without them, I probably would kind of be a mess right now.
Now Jalen fights on, knowing the road to recovery will continue to be hard. But with the support of his teammates, classmates, coaches, and the entire Live Oak community, Jalen is proving to be Rios Strong.
Jalen is making progress, but it's especially difficult. He's been in quarantine and isolated from friends and family, but his main goal, to be back on the football field next fall.
All right, we hope to see him there. You'll keep us up to date?
Of course, of course.
Right, very good. Thanks, Wes. Wellstrong has teamed up with the 49ers with physical therapy and sports rehabilitation centers throughout the Bay Area.
Each week, Wellstrong brings us concussion prevention tips from their team of outstanding doctors. Here's Dr. Anthony Saglambeni with this week's tip.
If you witness an injury that could result in concussion, immediately remove the player from practice or competition and assess for symptoms. Ask the athlete about orientation and symptoms of concussion such as headache, dizziness, nausea, or balance issues. Find a medical professional and have a sideline assessment performed. Do not return to activity the same day and make sure that an experienced provider has ruled out concussion.
Coming up, our Diablo Motors NCS Monster Game. It's the Division I final game with Pittsburgh and De La Salle.
And Branham battles Milpitas right here on 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
I'm gonna be a ballerina.
Good, better, Emma. Answer to new.
I'm gonna be president.
And the winner for president is Emma Williamson.
I'm gonna start a juice bar.
Emma, the numbers are looking really good. You're gonna start a juice bar.
At U.S. Bank, we believe hard work works. And for everyone working toward a goal, we're here to help.
The legends of the gridiron meet the legends of the road.
I'm Debo.
Touchdown, Debo Samuel.
And I got my roll on at the #1 Dodge dealer in the world. South County, where they call the fairest place. Come get your roll on just like I did. Drive a little, save a lot. Tell them Debo sent you. South County, drive a little, save a lot. Tell them Debo sent you.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rega Center. The Rega Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
We're back at the NBC Sports Studio with the NCS D1 title game. The De La Salle Spartans get a free ride to the state title game if they win the NCS title game. The Spartans a huge favorite to advance over second-seeded Pittsburgh.
Yeah, De La Salle with a very strong team again this year, looking for their 27th straight NCS title. It's our Diablo Motors NCS Monster Game, and our Wesley Boone was there.
Monster Game, yeah. We've got some football weather as the De La Salle Spartans prepare to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates in the NCS Division I title game. Pittsburgh defeated the Spartans in the title game 28 years ago, and the Spartans have owned the Pirates since, knocking them out in the championship game 5 times in the last 16 years. It's sure to be a good one as De La Salle prepares to take on Pittsburgh in our Diablo Motors Monster Game. The Pirates are pumped up, but so are the Spartans. Here we go. After forcing a punt, Spartans get to work on offense. San Jose State commit Shamar Garrett hits the afterburner. See ya, just like that 7-0 Spartans. Pirates trying to get something going. A big hit from Clayton Seastrand forces the ball loose. Spartans recover, sets up a short field. Garrett from 3 yards out makes him pay. It's 14-0 De La Salle. Next Spartan possession, James Kobe. Nice moves between the tackles. He can move, folks. 30 yards later, finally brought down and set up a short Spartan touchdown. It's 21-0. More Spartans. Dorian Hill hits Lou Hearns. He catches it in the flats. You can't teach speed, people. See ya, Lou. It's 28-0 De La Salle. And the Spartans, they aren't done before the half. Lou for number 2, his second touchdown of the night. This one a pick 6. Lou, 60 yards later, it's 35-0. Second half now. Pirates trying to get on the board. Jerry Johnson finds Brian Pierce Jr. for the 25-yard score. It's 35-7, but the Spartans answer right back. Methodical drive capped off by this tough run from Mackay Norfleet. Look at the push from the offensive line. Driving him in, it's 42-7. Final score would be 49-7. Shamar Garrett, solid night for him. Here he is after the game.
We knew we had to obviously prepare for state if we won, but I feel like we all played well. We had a good game plan. As long as we didn't make a whole lot of mental mistakes, everything will be all right.
From Dublin, Wesley Boone, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The Brandon Bruins looking for their first CCS title Saturday afternoon, but Milpitas gets on the board first. Josue Torres takes a handoff, finds a hole, gets a nice block from Curtis Price, sprints down the sideline, and he is gone 69 yards to the house to give the Trojans a 6-0 lead. The Bruins battle back later in the quarter, give it to Matthew Cordova, and Matthew makes a couple of defenders miss, races down the far sideline, and turns on the jet 74 yards to pay dirt, and we're tied at 6-all after 1. Still tied at 6 in the third, but Cameron Reinhard runs in for the score, and it's 12-6. Branham Bruins in the lead. But Milpitas will answer back with Anateria Lealao scoring, and the Trojans take a 13-12 lead. The Bruins respond right away. It's the big man Frank Poso diving in for the score, 20-13 Branham. Milpitas would score to tie it up again at 20, and the Trojans get a defensive stop here. Zach Anderson forcing the fumble, and Henry Fanua recovers the loose ball, and we go to overtime tied at 20. Branham takes the lead in the OT. Nick Bandanza connects with Cordova for the touchdown, 26-20 Bruins, but the Trojans fight back. It's Torres with his second TD of the night, and it's tied at 26. Nate Miskella with a chance to win it, and Nate's point after is good, and Milpitas wins the CCS D4 title, the 4-section title in school history. Torres with a huge game for the Trojans.
Each week, the Harker School celebrates its pursuit of academic excellence with the Scholar Athlete Award. This week, we honor Marin Catholic volleyball star Olivia Cooper, a star on the court and in the classroom. Olivia has a 4.3 GPA and will attend Harvard University next season.
Brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates its DECA chapter following its inaugural trip to Southern California to attend its first Fall Leadership Development Conference. Students learn the basics of various tracks offered: leadership, hospitality, and entrepreneurship. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Coming up, the City League title game. It's a Thanksgiving Day tradition, and we have the highlights.
But first, here is our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Power Rankings for football. '49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact. By Invisalign, winning smiles start here. Learn more at Invisalign.com. And by the Sereno Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer, longtime broker with Sereno Group. And my husband, Charlie Wiedemeyer, and I are longtime supporters of high school sports.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine with Sereno Group Real Estate, representing Palo Alto and the surrounding communities. I'm proud to support Bay Area high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
The City League title game has always been played on Thanksgiving Day, and this year was no different.
And always played at Kezar Stadium, but you knew that. The top two teams from the regular season, Lincoln and Balboa, meeting in the title game Thanksgiving morning. The Lincoln Mustangs looking to win back the City League title at Kezar Stadium. The Mustangs threatening early, but the first half was a defensive battle. The pass is tipped and intercepted by DiMaggio LaSalle to stop the drive, no score after one. Balboa trying a little razzle-dazzle to get the offense going in the second, but the pass is picked off by Jonas Frankovic to stall the Buccaneers' drive. Lincoln finally getting on the board just before halftime. Frankovic fires it down the middle to Alir Barnett, who hauls it in, sheds off the tackle, and he is gone. 45 yards to the house, and it's 7-0 Mustangs at the half. The Stangs driving again in the third, give it to Luis Contreras, who races down the far sideline and is forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Lincoln would capitalize a few plays later. It's a Kevin Murrieta 31-yard field goal, giving the Mustangs a 10-0 lead after 3. The Bucks looking to spark a rally in the fourth, but Sakoti Manumua and Leonardo Gallegos team up for the sack as the Lincoln Mustangs win it 10-0 on Thanksgiving Day to win back-to-back City League titles, the 12-section title in school history. Contreras and Frankovic leading the way. What a great season for the Lowell Cardinals volleyball team.
The girls winning a state title and meeting up with our Shanberries at the Rikus Center this week to celebrate.
We're at the Rikus Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. Hey, it's Shan here with the Lowell girls volleyball team! That's what I love to hear. Congratulations, ladies. You guys just won state championships. What does it mean to you coming from a public high school in San Francisco, winning state championships?
Coming from a public school from San Francisco, we're always known as underdogs since our San Francisco section's not always the one who stands out. So just making it into NorCal was already a really great achievement. We were all really speechless. No one would have known that we could have gone this far. And so just going in as the underdog made us want to win even more.
Absolutely, and you guys did that. I came from a public high school, so I'm so proud of you guys. What kind of hard work did you guys do this season to ensure you guys made it to state?
We had 2-hour practices every single day, 5 days a week. Not every single day, but every 2 hours, everyone gave 110%. Everyone worked really hard, and especially from the support from our coaches, and every single one of us worked really hard. We came really far.
Yes, I love, and this trophy is so awesome. I love that it has a whole California logo on there. And now let's end with some of your traditions of your team.
So before the game, we like to have our own little huddle without the coaches and get really hyped. One song that we like to listen to before every game is Roxanne from TikTok. And we like to get really hyped. The first half of our speech is really serious, and the second half is really goofy, just to lighten the mood. And we like to cheer for Big Red.
Well, you guys seem like such a fun team. I'm so proud that a fellow SF Public High School made it to state championships. So proud of you ladies. I'm Shan. Give it up again for Lowell Girls Volleyball Team.
DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This is a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to
the Los Gatos Wildcats, winners of the CCS Division II Championship. The Wildcats have a great history of championship wins, and they get another one under their belt. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer. Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. Some great plays this week. We'll see who gets it next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Ricus Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Tim Dempsey. Today's training tip is a high-low push-up. He's going to pull his rib cage down on an exhale, maintain his core activated, inhaling down slowly, maintaining core activation, pause, and then exhale up and through. And one more through from there. Maintain that rib cage down and head up. Boom. And that's your low-high push-up.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a Medallion swag pack complete with a hat, backpack, and very cool pair of headphones. Last but not least, you get a ticket to the end of the season awards banquet right here at Levi's Stadium.
Our Wesley Boone counts down the contenders, and then he will announce this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week. Welcome to Plays of the Week. Kicking off our list, our first dunk of the year, Alondre Raylove, making this one-handed slam look easy. To the gridiron now. We have a lot of interceptions on the list this week. Here's DiMaggio LaSalle of Balboa, tipping it up to himself. Excellent concentration. More from that game later. Over to the CCS Division III title game. Terra Nova's Deshaun Dawson II wasn't fooled by the halfback pass. Catches the INT against his helmet. Insane. Back to Balboa Lincoln. Alhir Barnett off the bobble, secures it, breaks a tackle, dives into the end zone. The effort is ridiculous. Sticking with our interception theme on the list. Another halfback pass. Garrison Nakaji sniffs it out, diving with outstretched arms. He secures it. And our play of the week, yet another INT. But check this out. Tip pass, Carson Gardner. Diving, are you kidding me? He dives in the exact spot he needs to. You can't teach that. Carson Gardner, you just won play of the week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Bronstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week for the story of the Prospect wrestler supporting a troubled family at home. We'll see you then.